Free to succeed. Raid Shadow Legends. Plarium does it yet again. Edition. Also, Pop-Tarts tier list edition. I'll card to it up there if you didn't see it. Go check it out. Go check it out. All right, so what I mean by Plarium does it again edition is I logged in today to a notification that started off really well. We've already announced that some of the blessings will be rebalanced in the next update. And as the release is right around the corner, let's take a closer look at those changes. It's important to say, with all due respect to the impact blessings have on the game, it's really important for them to work smoothly as intended. We've identified several blessings that need some adjustment, blah, blah, blah. Brimstone and Phantom Touch. They've adjusted 11 in total. Brimstone and Phantom Touch were the two blessings that became a no-brainer choice because of the benefits they provided even on Awakening Level 1. And it was never intended to limit the variety like that. Which sounds like we're going to make the other blessings better so that they catch up with those, so that those aren't the two obvious choices for every champ. Instead, what it means is they're nerfing those two. And they're saying they're buffing the other ones to make them better choices. I have not looked at the details yet. We're going to do that now. I'm going to go ahead and predict that not much is really changing. Maybe one of the blessings gets better. But I think this was an excuse to nerf those two blessings and catch a little bit less heat because we're also nerfing or we're also buffing 9 more. But I feel like it's really just ultimately gonna end up being a nerf to Phantom Touch and Brimstone. So let's take a look at them real quick. I think it's this one, right? Yeah. Let's take a look at them real quick. I need to make this window a little bit bigger, so I can't see them. That didn't make them any bigger at all. They're bigger in my OBS window than they are in Discord. But they're blurry in my OBS window. So what do we do about that? I can click it, but then you guys can't see it unless I resize. All right, give me a fucking second. I'll fix it. All right, now. All right, let's get started here. Brimstone. What have they done? They have wow. They've ruined it just about. I thought the percentage change was the only thing they were changing. Now it can be removed, blocked, resisted, or transferred. And only at 5-star do you get a chance of it being protected. So 1 star, so they've lowered the chance of placing it, and it's no longer protected. And you have to get it to 5-star before it has the opportunity to be protected. Wow. All right, so Chainbreaker is supposedly getting a buff. Let's see. At the start of this champion's turn, has a chance of removing any crowd control. And the new version is they've removed the cooldown, so I guess it works on every turn. And then the High Awakening bonus. Doesn't seem to have changed. They just added a V here for some reason. And then the percentages have changed. So that one's a bit better. Removing the cooldown is pretty good for that one. That makes it potentially interesting. I still don't know if it's something you'd want to sacrifice other blessings for, but that's a decent change, actually. Let's see. Dark Resolve. Looks like it's the same. And it only changes at 6-star. So yeah, you're right. That's definitely going to become a more popular choice for sure. Incinerate. What do we got? Still, HP burn still only works in arena, which this was an obvious one. This one we've talked about before. If you wanted to make this one a better choice, make it work everywhere. That's just stupid that it doesn't. It's just dumb. It's just dumb, and they know that it's dumb. They've increased the damage substantially, which maybe will equate to something. I just don't know that anyone's going to be running HP burn comps in arena. You know what I mean? Regardless of how much damage they do. I don't think that's going to be a thing. That's dumb. It's a dumb blessing. There's no reason not to let that work everywhere. It's not like we're overflowing with HP burn champs anyway. There's no harm in letting that affect the whole game. Indomitable Spirit. Chance of blocking, stun, sleep, and fear. Cooldowns. Again, this is just an ass blessing, and it stays an ass blessing. There is no way you would take that blessing over the other ones. You just wouldn't. Lethal Dose. Again, same thing. Same thing. Same thing as the HP burn one. No reason it shouldn't work everywhere in the game, you know? Destroys a portion of revived enemies' max HP whenever they are revived. Whenever enemies are revived, partially fills its champion's turn meter for each enemy revived. It's the same thing. It just destroys a little bit more HP and fills up a little bit more turn meter. Turn meter fine. Chance of restoring a portion of any destroyed HP. They've just increased the chance. Phantom Touch. Phantom inflicting bonus damage. Same thing, same thing. Same thing. So all they've done here what have they done? They've lowered the chance. So now you have to max it. Yeah. They've just lowered the chance of it doing it. Partially fills its champion's turn meter whenever a debuff is placed, spread, or transferred onto them. Occurs once per enemy turn. And then the turn meter fill has no restrictions. Again, though, you know what I mean? And then temporal chains. Decreases each enemy's speed for each active buff they are under. Decreases each enemy's speed for each active buff they are under, except for the buffs placed at the start of the round. So that sounds like a nerf. That sounds like a nerf. Whenever an enemy receives a third active buff, instantly decreases the turn meters of all enemies by a certain amount. And then 1 star is the same. 3 stars the same. 5 stars the same. So there's no positive change to this. This is a nerf. Right? Except for the buffs placed at the start of the round. And then nothing else changed, unless I overlooked it. I don't really think that changes much, man. I really don't. I really don't. They had an opportunity here with especially with Incinerate and Life Harvest, or no, Incinerate and Lethal Dose. They had a really good opportunity there to do something obvious and correct. You know what I mean? It was another one of those like low-hanging fruit moments where they could have done it and we would have all patted them on the back and been like, hey, way to go. And they didn't take the opportunity, which they rarely do. Sometimes they have. Sometimes it seems like they've set themselves up to have that opportunity so that they could then do it and then get patted on the back. You know what I mean? But no, they just decided not to do it. Increasing the damage output of these, unless it's something absurd, like 1,000%, I don't think is gonna matter. No one's using those debuffs in the arena. You know what I mean? You're either just trying to survive Trunda or Hefrak or Georgid, or you're trying to cut through teams that can deal with those debuffs. You know what I mean? It's not viable by any stretch. There's no reason for that not to just be a PvE. Also, blessing. None of the rest of them. There was one of them up here. I think, was it Chainbreaker? I think Chainbreaker probably got the best change, in my opinion. I think. I think Chainbreaker probably got the best change. And then they acted like they buffed all of them except Phantom Touch and Brimstone, but Temporal Change, that's a nerf. I don't really know how you spin that around into saying that's a buff. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I think they're all pretty inconsequential. Inconsequential. That's right. Changes. It's annoying that I just started actually using them. I just started getting Phantom Touch. I got Phantom Touch on Ushan, and then this morning I got Annexes. So like that's annoying. But whatever, you know what I mean? It is what it is. We are one keying on Void pretty comfortably. Like when I can catch it in the evening and hit it. We're one keying on Void, I think probably guaranteed at this point. And then I think Force, when we hit Force, we're guaranteed a one key. I don't think I've gotten to hit Magic and Spirit since I've made the last few changes I've made, so I'm not real sure where we stand on those. But we are just about there. I'm not hitting 100 million, and I don't really know that I care to. I just wanted one key every affinity, and we're just about there. I have been playing around with my gear this morning on Eris. I can get her in a toxic set within like 15 or so speed of what she needs to be. I have to pull some gear off my Arbiter to do it, but we're almost there. So I think maybe in a little bit of time, maybe as a few more things go by and I farm a bit more dragon, we get a few more toxic pieces, maybe at some point I'll be able to get her there. I just can't quite do it yet. I could try to glyph it up, but I'm a little bit low on glyphs. And I don't want to end up in a situation where I just end up burning a bunch of silver, something that I can't do right now anyway. So I think for the time being, other than keeping an eye out for blessings in the shop that I can snag for them, we're pretty much like 98% done, I think. Again, I need to test it on the other affinities and see how we do, but I think we can go ahead and move on to the next project, which is gonna be I almost feel like I'd rather get something going in Sand Devil for now, because I also feel like ascending the gear on these champs on my clan boss team stands to be somewhat helpful. Like if we can roll a few attack rolls or crit rate. I think we got what, crit damage on these, right? No. So somebody's wearing crit damage gloves and got a crit damage roll. I don't remember who it was. Or something like that. They got the appropriate stat on the gloves, which was nice. Where is he? Here he is. Yeah, he did. So, like, that's cool. So I don't know. It would be nice to have something sorted for Iron Twins officially. I can run Iron Twins with like a 60% success rate at least on every affinity, but I would rather just have something doable. I do have 3 Pain Keepers. I do have Helicath. I do have Geomancer. I think the only hard build there is Geo. Geo needs a lot of accuracy and then like 200 and like high speed. I think the one I'm looking at here is 286, and then Helicath is 285, and then all the Pain Keepers are like right over 200. If I can get Geo, if I can keep the accuracy and get him to that speed, then that'll be an easy one to knock out. So we'll play around with that soon. I'm getting sick. I'm real sinusy. Had a headache. And that hasn't happened in like 14 years, so. Anyway, I guess we'll get out of here for today. I am probably just kind of on autopilot mode today. Getting our silver back up. Doing, you know, all the normal stuff that we do in this game. And that's it. I guess I'll see you guys later.